After the pandemic, everything changed. People realised they didn't need to be at the office to do great work. My guest today is Tekla Toppings, and she's on a mission to help people escape the 9 to 5 and build global AI-ready careers. In this episode, we dive into how AI is reshaping the future of work, how the traditional career path is dying, and how you can adapt fast. Let's go. Perfect. Tekla, welcome to Mindsoak.
Thank you.
Now, after the pandemic in 2020, like those few years that we had where the world got turned absolutely on its head.
Yeah.
So did, I think, everybody's career, because everyone was starting to work from home, realizing that you could do just as much work but also have more time and all this type of stuff. Do you think I definitely think it's ruined the original type of traditional career that people once thought in their head was the only way to go.
Yeah.
But you're helping people move out of that and branch into global careers, which I think is a super interesting concept. And I just want you to expand on that. What's your take on all of this?
Sure. Yeah, I absolutely agree that after pandemic, so basically in last 4 years, everything has changed. I remember we were thinking, oh, we're going to go back to the office in a few months. Once all of this is done, we're going to go back to normal. And then we went back to the office and we thought it's normal, but it's not anymore. Everything has changed. A perspective from people, employees have changed, and they understood, oh, now I can work remotely. And then from the companies as well. And there is a statistics on it from LinkedIn that in last 4 years, it has shifted so much that turnover of the
turnover of staff
of the staff has changed dramatically, 70 or 80%. That means that careers in a sense that we knew traditionally standardly doesn't exist anymore. I say all the time on my workshops that careers in a sense that you guys understood when you were in the school or in the university preparing for it doesn't exist anymore. And it's my personal take on this that there is no such a thing as a reliable career anymore, because things change so much, especially now with AI. Even before AI, after pandemic, it was changing so much, and people would move. Personally, me, I moved from one space to another and one career to another. A lot of my friends as well, but especially now with all these AI changes, you have no idea what maybe tomorrow some AI tool will be able to do your job, and it will be able to do most of the jobs. So it's going very fast. I think people started talking about it a few years ago, but now this year and the end of the last year also, we see things change every day. I'm in all AI groups on LinkedIn, on X, everywhere, and every morning I start with checking the updates, and updates are always crazy. Some major AI tool now can do the whole marketing department's job and then get you this ROI. So the way we understood the careers before doesn't work anymore or doesn't exist anymore, so we need to kind of adapt to it. So that's kind of what I did myself years ago, but I really believe that people should start understanding from understanding their experiences and their skills. So I have this experience. I worked in hospitality, for example, and I was working with clients, and I was doing operations or whatever it is. So now these are the skills that I have. How can I apply that to the global economy, to the global job market? So I'm not anymore depending on I live in some city in Georgia, and there are some hospitality, hotels or whatever it is. So I'm not depending on that. Now I can apply my skills and experiences to some cool startup in America or in Australia or whatever it is. So understanding that we need to move from the mindset of local economy to the global economy, and improve ourselves and use AI tools and understand how to make our skills more even stronger with AI is crucial, especially I guess from last year and this year as well.
It's AI's definitely taken off. It's one of those things that's just, like you said, it's going to be super unforgiving, I think. And there's going to be, I remember there's outrage in Australia when the self-service checkouts came in and stuff like that. And all the cashiers were losing their jobs or whatever. Yeah. And they're computers taking our jobs and all that, and that wasn't even anything. That was like, that was not even AI.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, exactly.
You know, and to think that, was it Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, he is saying that he's going to have like 4 people or something like that to run his company, or like the whole company is going to be run by AI or something like that. And it's gonna happen.
We are there already.
Yeah, exactly.
I see it in the startups. Like I saw it like 2 years ago when I was working in the customer success, and we had like 11 people, and I was like head of customer success, and we could now be able to do like automate all the updates like in CRM and monitoring the NPS for client success and etc. We could automate all of that, so like we kind of didn't need 11 people anymore. Now the founder in that company was like kind enough to kind of understand it and empathize with people, and gave these people like another task and moved them in another departments. But it started like really 2 years ago, and now with all the startups that I worked with in the past few years, I see that. And also it's not only that it will be able to do what people are doing and getting paid for now, but also how companies approach hiring people have changed so much. So if someone needed, like as I said, like 8-10 people in like marketing department in a big company, now they need like 2-3. And if those 2-3 people can use AI tools, so now they're trying to find people try to find people and hire people who are kind of confident in AI tools, some of the AI tools in their work, so then they can automate a lot of stuff, be more efficient, have more ROI for like less time. So that also kind of shifts. But 100%, like if we were like talking about this, like debating a little bit 2-3 years ago about how much potential AI has, I think today there should be no question if you have enough information, and if someone is not getting themselves into AI and understanding how to use like basic tools, it's almost like sabotaging yourself. Like it's like a losing game what you're doing. Like yes, maybe 3 years ago we were not sure how fast it can do things, but now we see it can do like almost everything. So, and it goes very fast. So you need to keep up. And with my clients for like career mentorship, I see these 2 people. One group who are interested in and like understanding AI, trying some tools, just playing around with some tools and getting really good offers and are more confident with what's going to happen in future. And then others who are a little bit skeptical of the AI potential, or a little bit maybe afraid, and they are trying to ignore. So that's something that you cannot do anymore. It was okay to do for 2 years, to like question, but can it do this? But there is still like it can't replace human. Yeah, but it won't. But it will replace you. For like the companies will replace people who can't use AI for people who can, and then they just need few people. So,
yeah, exactly. Instead of having, like you said before, like the marketing team of 11 or 10 or whatever like that, you can have a marketing team of 2.
Yes.
But these 2 competent people
who
are competent in AI,
yes,
and all they have to do is know how this tool works or how that tool works or whatever, or this person's proficient in one and this person's proficient in the other, so they can do the job of 10 people because they've learned how to do it.
Yeah. And another thing is also that I see a lot on LinkedIn, for example, people talk about like ethics with like companies, but like my boss is like a good person, he wants to do it or something like that. But it's not also about it's about the competition. So if there's like 2 marketing agencies, one marketing agency uses automations and AI, they have so much power. Now your boss and your company also needs to keep up. And it's the business, and the biggest cost in business is the employee. So if someone can cut down 10 people to 2 people, there is absolutely no question about if they're a good person or not. They just need to keep up with the business and the competition. So there is also that part. And also one thing that I want to like very confidently say now, working with like different AI tools that I'm using every day for last few years now, is that one of the biggest obstacle people have that I talk to is that they think they're not technical and they're not sure how to use it. And I just want to say here that I'm the most non-technical like person. Like I struggle sometimes like restarting my computer. But the best thing about AI is that whatever tool you are using at the moment, like is it like just the normal Notion or like the Google Sheets, whatever it is, there is an AI tool that will help you do the work that you are doing like much simpler. That's the
Yeah.
whole beauty of the AI things, that it's just easier. You need like half of the time, or like 10 minutes for something that you were doing for an hour. So it's about like, it's a good thing. You just need to try it out. You're going to love it. So I was also a little bit like when I was mentoring people for like career transitioning, and then I knew I need to somehow like have the AI touch into the mentorship, but I was not sure how to do it because I'm not a technical person. But then when you start using these tools, then you understand, okay, you actually need no technicality. That's the
Yeah.
whole point.
Yeah.
So once someone tries one tool, for example, if you are in sales or marketing department, you try just one tool and get the benefit out of it. Like, for example, you saved now time, or like it was just more like ROI was just better for the main KPIs. Then you just want to do it. Even if your boss doesn't want to do it, or someone else in the team, you want to do it once you try it out. So it's not a bad thing at all. It's good, actually. I love AI tools, and I like the AI revolution, all of that. It's good for us to make us more, efficient and make our lives easy. So then you have more time to be on the beach and do your stuff in your life.
Do you think it's going to affect critical thinking?
Yeah, for some people who
Use it too much?
so not too much, but for example, when I write for LinkedIn, I do use AI, but then I will sit for at least like 10 minutes to give it my I like to
paraphrase it type of thing, like change
but also
it up.
but also I've never in my life been a person who likes to write a lot, but I like to speak.
Yeah.
So I would do like the journals and stuff for my like daily thoughts, but I was never the person who would write the essays. I never enjoyed it, but I like to I can do the whole essay, but just verbally.
Yeah.
So now I talk to my Poppy AI, is the tool that does like that speaks like in your tonality. So I just talk to it a lot, and it understands how I would write this essay, and then it writes. So it's a good tool for me.
Yeah.
I don't say that you need to like copy paste text from ChatGPT to post anywhere, but for me it's actually very useful because I'm not a writing person, and then I'm not a person who enjoys writing, and then LinkedIn is for like reading, basically, that platform. So that's for example how it helps me, but I'm still thinking, I'm still giving my inputs, I'm still just telling my story, and it just puts it in the words.
Yeah.
And definitely very, very helpful for people for whom English is not their first language. That's like very helpful. Then how to like formulate your thoughts, it helps you with it. It's like really, really good. But for critical thinking, I imagine people who use the future of the careers are going to be like this, in my opinion. People will be like leadership skills, like big vision people with the AI tools. And then I'll go in this company with my vision and how I imagine things like creatively, and then the repetitive tasks like AI can do. So I actually imagine that it will give us more time to be more creative. Whereas now, if I'm in a marketing department, I need to do so much like data entry and like very boring things, but I need to do it, and then I have little time and energy left for like actually to be creative. Whereas if I give all of this to the tools, then I can actually come up with this creative ideas on what to do, what kind of campaigns to do and stuff like that. So it depends on how you use it with everything actually in life, any tool that you have, like how you look at it. But I do think that AI will take the repetitive, boring things, and then we have more time and more energy and more space to do creative things.
Yeah, I love that. I think that like directly after you said that, I instantly had the thought that like creatives, like people who are creative, will end up being in those probably higher power positions and stuff like that, because you can delegate so much better, and all those monotonous tasks that people hate doing, and like the things that take all the time, like the things that give you a 40-hour work week type of thing, where you're actually working for all of those 40 hours, like it takes away that type of thing. So yeah, it could be
and I think maybe 40 hours might not be a thing, because we can now really actually do things much faster. That might change, then companies might adopt to it. I'm not sure about that, but for sure, if you're like companies will need someone in charge of all these AI automations that will do the projects just using the AI automation. So you need to be someone who thinks, who has ideas, big visions, directions, and then you can like use these AI tools to get there. So I think that will be very crucial skill in future. Critical thinking, big vision. Like I think like in 2 years you will be like on the interview for like project manager, for example, and they will be like, okay, this is what we want to do in the company. We have all these AI tools. What you gonna do with it?
Yeah.
We have this and this and this and these tools integrated now. So if we hire you tomorrow, what's your vision? What are you gonna do with these tools?
Yeah. I getcha.
So
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a bit of the Wild West for a little while,
Yes.
like figuring it all out, and people who are first to market with types of brand new tools that can do X, Y, or Z.
yes.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. So what do you think is the best way for someone to learn, like, how to use these AI tools? Because like there is so many out there. One of my friends has got actually an AI directory where you can like go in and like look at everything and look at all the tools, which ones are free, which ones are premium, ones you have to pay for and stuff like that. And there's hundreds, if not thousands, on there, and there's probably hundreds and thousands that aren't even on the directory type of thing. And it seems like there's one for everything.
Yes. I'll tell you the easiest way that you can do it. Like I would say like a year ago, for example, depending on what you are doing, like video editing, for example, just find on YouTube or ask ChatGPT, what are the new AI tools that can help me edit the video, for example. But what I do personally, just to save more of my time, is that I depend on other people's research, because there are like a lot of AI creators on LinkedIn or on YouTube whose job is to try these tools out, show to you the ROIs, what are the costs, and give you the best ones, like reviews. Like for example, when I just bought the air fryer a few months ago, and I did a lot of YouTube research and reviews and watched the YouTube videos, which one is good and healthy. So that's exactly what you do with the AI tools as well. Just find the creators that already do that job. They already try, they already paid for that membership, and they already show to you the results. So then now you can take the like short list of the AI tools and then try it yourself. There are a lot of creators like on LinkedIn who update their content in different niche, the AI tools, like top 10 to top 20 AI tools almost every week. You can follow them. You can attend some of my workshops, and I also have the list of the AI tools that I always update as well. But I get this information from like AI groups or like different platforms that I get this information from, and then I try the shortlist, and then I see which one I like.
Yeah.
Because there are some people that like, for example, tech people who use like N8N and like very technical, that still needs coding. Obviously, someone might advise me to use that, but I can't because I don't want to code also. I want the easy one. So there's alternatives. Like for editing, there are like 4 tools. Some of them needs coding, some of them is like super simple. So I'm gonna then choose one. But you don't need to, because it's very chaotic and very difficult to keep up. I think for everybody in AI space, they can agree that it's so difficult to keep up. Every day, as I said, I go to these AI groups and there is like 100 new AI tools that we were not talking about yesterday. So just follow the creators on LinkedIn, on YouTube, who are already doing that reviews and all of the work, and then give you the advice, and then take the shortlist out of it. See the prices, whichever works for you, use it in your work, whichever is easy for you to simply to work, and then work with it.
What do you think of, like, say I'm working for just Joe Blow, in an office or whatever, and I start using AI tools, and the boss or your manager or whatever is like, no, you can't use them.
Oh my God.
Like, do you think those types of businesses are the ones that are going to end up going backwards?
Like, if this business, and I guess all the businesses have competitors, right? If I had a business, any type of business, and obviously on the market I have a competitor, my priority right now would be to get my team up to speed with the AI. So how can we use AI so we do much more? For example, if I'm selling something and I have the like call agents, whatever it is, like 5 of them, or like closers or salespeople, and now there is a company who has all of that automated with the agents, and they can get the clients and talk to clients 24/7 in any country in the world. Obviously, there's a big competition gap. So I think if there is a company that founder or the boss thinks like that, that's also a losing game, and they will realize that soon. But so far what I see is that at least with the companies that I worked with or my clients work with, they already understand that it's very important, and everyone wants to have people in the company who understand AI and uses it. So I hope nobody thinks that anymore.
Yeah,
or maybe in very traditional jobs.
Yeah, that's what I was
where
kind of
people
like
don't
more
understand what
leaning
AI is.
Yeah, kind of like the .com boom type of thing. Like people were scared of it and were like, email. Why would you bother sending email type of thing? Or like, the newspapers are going to live forever and like all that type of stuff. Like,
exactly.
Just an older way of thinking.
Watched, I think Gary Vee said it in some interview that when electricity was invented for like months and months, a lot of people thought it was evil and they were just using candles.
Yeah.
So it's like that every time in the history.
100%.
So like from like horses to the cars, probably some people were still...
History's just repeating itself just in different forms. That's crazy.
But I think in any scenario, either it's like company, like decision maker, or the employee, once they use the AI and see the results, then they right away change their point of view, and they understand, okay, this is actually a good thing, let's use it more.
Yeah, for sure. But anyway, before you said about the seminars that you do, what's the reason I got you on the podcast, because I love your mission statement, and I said this before the podcast, but if you want to tell us your mission statement, and then we'll kind of like go into how people can actually use AI and stuff like that.
Yes. So I run a career mentorship business. I help people transition their careers to like a remote setup careers, and I also help businesses build the AI ready tools. Now my mission is to help around 5,000 people by the end of next year to get on board with like the AI ready careers, and especially with the remote setups, because for me personally, just this little tweak, little change in my life, that I moved from the office careers to the remote careers, changed in my entire life. So I believe in that very much, and I see also the effect that it has to people. So that's my biggest passion at the moment, because as I said before, like I guess in everywhere in the world, but like I'll just talk about like my friends or people that I know in Georgia, people still think they understand there's a remote work. They don't understand remote work as like reliable choice. They think like, what is this? How can I do it? But also they still think with like a local economy mindset. They think, okay, I live in this Germany, somewhere in Munich, and I'll just work in this bank here in Munich, or in this like market, or whatever it is, like in this consultancy. And when they think about that, or get the idea from someone like me that you can actually do the exact same thing for the company anywhere in the world, they don't understand that it's also the career, it's also the reliable thing. So that's kind of my mission, to explain to people that this is the best choice, because when we're talking about like having a career, we're still talking about either it's like local or remote. We're still talking about you are selling your time for money. So obviously this is not like the ideal, the dream scenario for anyone, but there is the choices that you have. Either you just take whatever you have locally and then work for that, or you try to find the best fit for you and best teams somewhere in the different corner in the world, and actually enjoy your life. Because I was actually working in a pretty good roles, and I was proud of it in Georgia, but then I moved to the startup environments and the remote teams, and like really my whole life changed, because everything changed, like the whole life dynamic changed for me. So I'm trying to get this message and idea to as many people as possible, and help them along the way, like hold their hand and we go through it together, step by step. But yeah, I'm passionate about the global careers and getting people into the AI confidence, and help people prepare for because it's very very. I don't think at any point in history it was this uncertain that it is now. That we don't know what's gonna happen. I think about I have like cousins who are in the school still, and they're asking me some questions, or their parents, and I don't know what to say because they're preparing for what, like, and then they're going to the university to get some degree in a specific niche, which might be like tomorrow done by AI. Like, it's very very uncertain. So you need to be like very serious on how you approach your skill set, and then your network, and get yourself into the small teams, small startups. I absolutely love startups. So yeah, that's my main message, to think about it and be strategic about your future careers.
That was super interesting. What you said about like people going to university, and then it's like what jobs are going to be.
Yes.
Yeah, like I'd never like thought about that, but like you think of all the graphic designers out there that are probably sweating hard right now, type of thing.
But again, sorry.
Yep. I was just gonna say, like, because it can be done by AI. Like, there is so
most
many,
of the things.
yeah.
Like, you know how lawyers studied for like 7 years? I have a friend who was a lawyer. She never enjoyed life because she was just studying all the time for like 7 years. And now I know the Bali-based startup that have AI agents that do the law specifically very well for the very, very big companies. Like now. Imagine what it's going to be next year or the year after. But also one thing that I don't want to scare people. One thing, again, like when history repeats itself, is that it is always like that. Like there's always timeline for the careers. Like, for example, our parents were not content creators or like copywriters, right? It's a new, also for them it was like a very new positions and roles, and there are like a lot of positions and roles that they were doing like 40-50 years ago that doesn't exist, we don't even know about now. So it's the same again, but we need to kind of get ready because we are in the moment where it's changing. We're seeing this change right now, like the biggest change in our lifetime so far. So but it is kind of sad, and I don't know how to think about it, that these people go to the universities now, pay so much money, and it was like when I was in the university, it was very different. You knew, like, I'm gonna like graduate this international relations or like psychology or whatever it is, and then you would probably get the job, and that was like a career path for you because you have a diploma. But now that's kind of, I don't know.
I think it's going to swing back to like, I don't even know how many years ago now, like maybe 30 years ago type of thing, where service-based business was king, like before the dot-com boom.
Let's go do farms.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean though. Like farmers.
I actually want to.
Yeah, well, I suppose they don't need drivers for their tractors anymore. Because they got like satellite AI drivers and stuff like that. Exactly. But like plumbers, electricians, mechanics, like all that type of stuff is going to make a comeback soon. Like, even though that it never really died, like you always need that. But
but it was not trendy anymore.
It wasn't trending. So it was on like that bottom end of the graph type of thing. Yeah. Because everyone wanted to be an influencer or dance on TikTok or like, because there was easier ways being presented to make money instead of the hard laborious jobs of, digging like holes, like the physical stuff. Whereas now that AI is coming in, taking all of those easy jobs, like not easy, but like all the jobs that could be done from sitting at a desk, now that AI is getting so good, and like in the next few years there's going to be so many jobs. Like, there's going to be one door closes, another one opens type of thing, you know what I mean? Like, there's going to be new jobs and different jobs, like all that type of stuff. But the service-based stuff will be king, I think. Yeah,
for sure. I really want to have a farm. Really, it's one of my dreams. But one of the things is that I talk a lot on my workshops is that not only is it good for you for your like current job to be up to speed with AIs and start using these tools, but also one of the most, I guess, demanded future careers will be people who will be using AIs. For example, AI generalists is already a thing, and people are already hiring for that. Who are these people? These are the people who understand automations and who understand how to use AI tools. Now, this is just one title, but there will be a lot of it. In sales, there will be a different one. Marketing, there will be a different one, and etc. Like consulting and all of that. So, not only it helps you right now to do your job better and more efficient and keep up with everything, but also it will prepare you for the future careers where you're gonna then use that skill and say, oh, I'm an AI generalist because in this company here I use these AI tools, integrated them, and then I did this and this and that and got the ROI. So there's no other way. Just there's no other way. So
no other way forward. Like the only way is through.
I want to say there is, but there is not. If you have a land, like my brother has a land and he has a binary.
Yeah.
He doesn't care about anything.
Yeah.
Never cared. Doesn't care even now.
Yeah.
He just uses ChatGPT to ask the questions about wines, and that's it. But so if you don't have something like that, and one of the things I also want to mention is I'm a career mentor, but I always kind of push people, my clients, or anyone really, to get to the point where maybe they can start their own something if they want to, their consulting or their business, or use that skill to somehow make it to business. So and when I talked about the startups, also what it helps with is that once you get into the startup, you in the small teams you get so much experience, so much more experience. First of all, you understand for the first time what the teamwork is, actual teamwork, because when you are in a big corporation, nobody really cares. Like you are just filling the role, the second day you leave, they can replace you very easily, simple. But when you get into the startups, you experience all this like honest, good teamwork. You think like a CEO and founder. Every day you are making decisions, you are learning from your mistakes, so you grow a lot. And then you start thinking, you see how products are developed, how marketing works, how sales work, and then you kind of want to also maybe make your passion into business. So that's also why I love startups, because it kind of transforms your mindset a little bit to, you don't need to be an employee for next 20 years. You just get the experience here. And then if you have some kind of passion and if you never ever wanted to have a business, then you can't do anything better than this. You cannot go to any university and get any degree. It doesn't matter. Like a startup environment is the best place to learn for you. And it shows you the different perspective. That's also what kind of happened to me. And that happens to a lot of people in the startups that I worked with in the last few years. So many of my ex-coworkers started their own business, and because you kind of learn firsthand and you experience all of this yourself, and then you get confidence. I actually can build a business that I want. Like it could be any business. It could be like surfing business or whatever, consulting, etc. So that's also like one of my approach that and if someone doesn't want to do it, because not everyone obviously wants to have a business, they just want to have a safe job, and that's fine as well. But if you ever thought of having a business or have some spark in your heart, passion that you want to do something, get yourself into the startup environments. First of all, as earning money, like selling your time to earn money, this is the best place to be. It's good for your soul. I always say like startups are good for your soul, and that environment changes how you are every day, but also prepares you for if you want to do something in future.
Yeah, for sure, because you kind of get to see the struggles firsthand, and
not
even just the struggles, but you also get to feel the wins and stuff like that because you're a
and
smaller
you see
team.
It's not difficult. You see, okay, if you have systems and if you have plan, and like you can. Once I started working in startups, I started 3 different businesses. I was like, I always like to make dresses. Let me start a clothing business. I always wanted to do this. Let me start a consulting business. And then you kind of open up. I'm 100% sure, if I still lived in Georgia and I was not in the startup environments, I would never in my life think about starting a business. Or I would think about it, but I wouldn't be sure what to do, how to do, and I would never do it. But just only because I'm here in Bali, in this environment, and I have people who do businesses, and I have been in the startups. I know how sales work, marketing work, how client acquisition, all of that I understood once, like with one startup, second startup, third startup, and now I'm like, okay, I can actually do that myself.
Yeah, I love that. So how can someone like find a startup job? Is there a place that you can go in particular, or is like, I don't know, I only really know like Australian type of like websites, or like Seek or Indeed or whatever they are, but like what else
there are
can
many
I do?
job sites, Indeed, and all of that, but I would suggest that number one place to be is LinkedIn at the moment right now. For the last 3 years, LinkedIn has been like such a blessing for so many people. And by the way, I'm not fan of LinkedIn at all. If it didn't work, I would never use that application.
I
I always say
hate
that.
LinkedIn. I hate it so
I would
much.
never open that application for anything. It just works now. And because it works now, actually, it's kind of getting better, I think, because there are a lot of interesting people. There are a lot of people that really care about their team and, growing their businesses, to see it, how they work and how do all of that. It's kind of interesting, kind of getting interesting, but it's still not an application I would just open and use it. But if you want to change anything in your career, and especially to move to the startups, all of these people now are on LinkedIn. So you also want to be on LinkedIn and like present yourself in a way that kind of sells you and your skills the best way.
So just quickly, can you be on LinkedIn without being on LinkedIn, if that makes sense?
No.
Like, you have to be active and you have to be doing something.
Yes, a lot of people have like ghostwriters and all of that, but I don't think that it works well. Yes, you need to obviously have a profile, depending on what your goal is. If you just want to do like as minimum as possible, just have a nice profile with nice profile picture and nice
Banner and
nice
stuff
everything,
like that.
really, like your summary and all of that, so it speaks for you. I always say, like, your LinkedIn, your resume, anything that you do when you are applying to jobs, everything is the sales funnel, and it's like step by step, like in the company, in the sales funnel, you're going to closing. It's exactly like that in the process when you are changing your career. So your LinkedIn is also part of your sales funnel, so you need to make sure that you show your value proposition on LinkedIn, that it's attractive for people that you want to work with. But there are a few techniques that I talk about on my workshops more deeply. Is that, for example, you need to target people that you have in connections. You need to remove all the Facebook connections from it. So people who potentially won't offer you anything in future, just old friends, all of that, you don't need them on LinkedIn. You can communicate with them on some other social platform, but when you go on LinkedIn, you need to have specifically people who have potentially something to offer to you for your career. So like startup founders, CEOs, all of that, you can search in Google, or I think nobody uses Google now, but ChatGPT it, and say, hey, give me 100 best like successful startups in Europe. Gives you the list, the names. You can find those companies on LinkedIn and then add their CEOs and founders. So now when you go to LinkedIn, when you scroll, you just see your target audience. So you just interact with your target audience. When they post something, you interact with that, you give some value, then you post about your experience. For example, if I want to find a job in like sales, I will talk, my content will be about things that I did in sales. Like, this is how we did this is how we built the sales team, this is what my role was and what was the ROI, how we did this thing. But now I would say one of the trendy topics would be to talk about how you use AI, or how you would use AI. So that will be very trendy to talk about, because if I had a company now, if I had a startup and I wanted a sales manager, I would absolutely want to hire someone who talks about how I would use as a sales manager this AI tool to give me the better ROI. So that's some things, like the tactics that you can do. But another thing would be just go to the events for networking. If you live in Bali, you're very lucky. But if you live somewhere where there are not many events, then you just have this, like, the online presence that you can use, like LinkedIn and all of those platforms. But best way would be to network. Either you do it online or offline, on LinkedIn or on the events.
So just like having conversations with people on LinkedIn and stuff like that.
Like show yourself, like present yourself as someone who has this experience. You don't need to send a resume. They will just see your LinkedIn and your content. They will understand what you are doing and what you have done, and it's easy to kind of show yourself.
Yeah, nice. I definitely should start using LinkedIn more. But like I said at the start, I just kind of hate it. Like it just feels like such a drag, and I feel like there's
I know.
like I don't know. I just
It's also like a lot of copy paste things.
Yeah.
And then you get tired of it. I get tired of like hiding those people also.
Yeah.
But it works.
Yeah, and
there's attention.
It's like everyone who's on there, even if they're using automation or like bots or using ChatGPT to reply to your post or whatever, like it's just so that they've got a presence felt, like so that they're seen and heard type of thing.
Yeah.
But it's so powerful because that's where all the business minds are, basically. Like,
yeah, I get a lot of offers that before we started the podcast, I told you that someone messaged me from Australia.
Yeah.
He just found me on LinkedIn and just messaged me and offered me something.
Yeah, like you put out good content, he vibed with it, or was like whatever, and
something.
like, oh, I could use a help, or like whatever it is, and it's just like, it creates opportunities, and like, you know, amongst all the noise type of thing, there'll be something in there that speaks to you type of thing. That just goes like,
but again, you need to be good at filtering the noise. Like if I show to you my LinkedIn, I just see the people that I want to see. Everybody else is hidden from my profile.
Yeah.
I have those people somewhere else that I'm friends with, but I only see specifically what I need to see and the people that I need to interact with.
Yeah, kind of like make it a...
like efficient.
Like it's like a job almost. Like if you look at LinkedIn like a job and be like, right, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z, and I'm going to post once a day. I'm going to use it as my diary or
exactly.
whatever it chose to do. And I was actually in a mastermind with Lara Acosta, who's quite big on LinkedIn. And I think I've told you this before, but she was like, after you post, wait 15 minutes and then spend half an hour replying to comments, or wait half an hour and then reply to comments. Always interact with people, always have conversations, like, you know,
exactly.
Well,
Lara Acosta has a lot of followers and a lot of people comment on their profile. So if you are someone who is looking for like career opportunities, you probably don't get so many comments. You might be posting and get no comments at all, but like your best friend, just one comment all the time. So, but in that case, you need to interact with some other people's, like Lara Acosta's
You then need to be the person commenting. If you're not getting comments on yours, you need to be commenting.
But also, don't just comment on like. Yes, it does work with the LinkedIn algorithm that more you comment, more visible you become. But then you will also get drained if you're just commenting on some post that you don't care about. So that's why you just get into what you're interested in with the people that you are interested in. So
like you only join follow the people that you want to be around, and join the circles and the groups and all that type of stuff. The ones that you want to be in.
Talk about the topics. So then you can also add the value, because a lot of those comments also, if you see, like even on Lara Acosta's posts are. You can see how they're generated, because people try to do that. So, don't try to do that. It will just drain you in like few days, because there are a lot of posts and you'll try to keep up, because you'll see all this like 500 people also are posting, and then it just makes no sense when you read the comments. Only few make sense that actually care about the engaging in the conversation. So don't do that. I mean, it will help you with your profile. It will help you for sure, but it will drain you. And in my personal opinion, it doesn't worth it.
Yeah, but like if you are genuinely, like, you see a post that you genuinely like, and then you
go and
use your own mind, not ChatGPT, and be like, hey, blah blah blah, this is what happened. I got lots of value from Tekla's podcast or Tekla's workshop or whatever.
This is what I think about it.
Yeah, this is what I think about it and stuff like that. And you're like, if you're actually interacting with it, not just commenting, saying like, hi Tekla.
Because everybody will know. We're like humans, we're like animals. We sense things. We like almost like smell things when someone is fake and someone is using this no one is articulate, we will know, like as ChatGPT, and like there's keywords that you can see. There's ways that it's set out, that little double hyphen that comes in. I immediately disregard anything, any posts, anything that I see that's like, have you thought about this?
little double hyphen.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you can't even do that little double hyphen thing.
You need to do, actually, I saw the video, some girl was doing it. She was like, you need to do so much
Yeah,
on the
like
keyboard.
it's so hard to do on a
do that
keyboard that
dash.
you wouldn't even do it. You'd just
Yeah.
use a normal one, if
Yeah.
anything. But anytime I see a hyphen now, it's because like you don't get taught to
Yeah.
use that ever.
Actually,
in
my
any
ChatGPT
school.
knows, and my Poppy to never use it.
Yeah.
I've
I do the
trained
same.
it.
I like copy it, put in brackets, never use
Never
this.
use the dash.
Yeah. Never use the dash, so you'll never see it in mine.
It's so
but-
funny that kind of we all know it. Like on LinkedIn, all people always talk about this. But then I see the copywriting of the very big brands, and I see that, and I'm like, how you guys don't know about it?
Yeah.
We're
I do
all
this
joking about it all the time.
Yeah.
How don't you know about it already?
But it's like, I don't know. I actually can't believe it. Like now that it's been like, 12 months or so
Yeah.
that people have been really using
We make all kinds
AI.
of jokes about it already.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I immediately disregard it, and you see like bigger profiles or like,
Do it, yeah.
and I'm like, how dumb are these people?
Yeah.
Like,
We know who wrote it.
but like, I don't know who's dumber, the people that use it and don't screen what they're like, they just directly copy and go, yeah, that's great, directly copy
Yeah.
it straight in. I don't know if they're the dumb ones or the people who like
That.
read it and fall for it and like it and like,
Yeah.
well, like realistically, I suppose it's the people doing it, because the people who are, whether it's written by AI or not, if it's prompted and it's got good value and it actually makes sense, the double hyphen doesn't matter a
Yeah,
fuck
exactly.
really. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, I don't know. Like, why wouldn't
But
you just
LinkedIn is-
proofread it first? Like,
Yeah. But these are people like we're talking about the AIs and this kind of important thing for us. But for some people, especially like CEO, they don't care. They're just running their business,
Yeah.
and they heard from
Don't have
someone
time.
in the team that you need to be posting on LinkedIn, so they're just doing it. They don't care so much. But yeah, LinkedIn is a little bit weird platform, but attention is there now. So let's just use it while
Yeah.
there's attention.
Yeah, nah, exactly.
Yeah.
So tell me, you've got your mission to help 5,000 people, is it?
Yes.
5,000 people by the end of next year.
Yes.
Like, how are you going to do that? Are you trying to get people into your workshops and then be like, this is how you create? Because I've obviously come to one of your workshops
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
And I like how it's set up. I like that you're showing people how to do stuff and you're giving
Yeah.
heaps of stuff away for people. So I think it's actually a really, really good idea. Do you do them online as well? Or is
I
it?
do that online as well.
Yeah.
I actually did for 4 years only online, and then I recently started doing it in Bali. Yeah, people can attend some of the workshops. Most of the workshops are free, so they can attend online. Or if you're in Bali, I have workshops in different locations, then you can join. But yeah, it's very practical. I will practically tell you what to do, like step by step, with AI or with just current transitioning part. But I do group coaching. At the moment, I don't do the one-on-ones because I just don't have time for that at the moment. But I mainly do group coaching, and I work with people who want to transition their careers and get ready and kind of confident with AI, and also with businesses to build the AI-ready teams. But it's very exciting space. To be honest with you, it's very, very exciting. First of all, to see people, the part that I like the most is that when someone has more freedom and flexibility, it means so much. I don't think people understand it. So because if you do, then you would do anything to get there. To have the freedom and flexibility to be wherever you want to be. And one thing also I want to say, once you have your first remote job, whatever it is, just use that to move somewhere where there is opportunities. For example, if you're anywhere in Europe, get the remote job, whatever it is, just get it, and then move to Bali or move to Dubai or move somewhere there is like networking, like entrepreneurial hubs, because once you get there, everything is going to change. Like in your environment and where you are, where you wake up, where you go, and what kind of people you see will change everything else. So if you want to kind of move faster and improve your careers or your business, whatever it is, faster, you need to somehow get into these environments. And one of the best ways to do it is get the remote job. So whatever you are doing at the moment, you can use that skill to get paid, but be remote. So then you can go to these places where all these people are, like as I said, in Bali, Dubai, whatever it is, depending on what you want to do. and then you can like skyrocket like much quicker
Yeah, for sure.
progress than if you were doing it from your wherever you are in the world.
Yeah, no, definitely. I totally agree. I know as soon as I moved to Bali, I've been in Bali for like on and off over a year now, and you are definitely the product of your environment.
Yes.
Like, and the people you hang around and like all those sayings and all that type of stuff. It's just, it is so true.
Energy.
Like, yeah.
Too. Like, I always believed in like practical things.
Yep.
I never believed in like energy and
like manifesting.
No.
And like
I believed in practical. I still do.
Yeah, same.
But it still means like, for example, B-work here in Bali. When I want to do something, anything for my business, it's like or write a LinkedIn post. Sometimes I just don't want. I'm very tired. I want to chill today. Go get 10.
Yeah.
And then I just drive. I just convince myself to just drive 5 minutes to B-work with my scooter. I get to B-work and then I'm doing like 10 more. Like 10x what I had planned.
Yeah, because everyone there is doing it. Yeah.
Because everybody is like, it's not also like when you go in like traditional offices and everybody's just doing work because you know what kind of work they're doing. They're just, we're like fueling on like corporate. So it's not that inspiring to see people working in the office for some big corporation. That's different.
Yeah.
But when you see these entrepreneurs in B-work, like they're all working, they're having calls.
Everyone's
with the
doing
computer,
something different.
you can see almost on their face or in their eyes that it's inspiring. It's like it's good for them. They're like proud of it, and then you want to something helps you. I don't know what this is, but something then pushes you to do it. Like for example, I stopped taking I was working with the startups as a startup consultant. I stopped all of that to focus on my business. And as I told you before, like in the same week when I stopped all of that and focused on my business, I scheduled a lot of workshops and got invited in podcasts and all of that kind of, I don't know, something helps you. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. It's like one door closes, another door open. Like I said before, like you've got to be able to recognize opportunity and like know if something's not going anywhere either. Like a lot of people, and I think this is like a big thing as well, which will be good for people to understand, is that if you're not happy where you are, like doing your 9-to-5 job or whatever, or you always dreamed of moving to Bali, moving to Thailand, going to Dubai, like doing whatever, like you can change it, especially through the power of like what you're doing, like helping people, showing people how to become AI ready, how to like what AI tools to use to help them write their resume, give them a resume template, like how to be in interviews and like
all of that,
all this type of stuff.
Yes.
Like you can change it all, change everything, and you can move and change. And like I know in Australia, especially like the housing market and stuff, like I feel like I'm never going to be able to buy a house in Australia type of thing. Like it's just like, it's
crazy. It's like that everywhere.
Yeah. But like, and yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. So it's just like, why wouldn't you put your time, money and effort into being able to be location free?
Yeah.
And do whatever you want and move wherever you want to. Like, you know, I'm location free at the moment. And if I wanted to go to Vietnam, Tokyo, like anywhere tomorrow, I could go tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, and I could still do this podcast over there.
Yeah, exactly.
I could, you know, like you'd be able to find a way, or like, yeah, it's so liberating.
Yeah. And also, the one thing is that for a lot of people, there is also, I think the internet has a little fault in it. For a lot of people, the mindset of the jobs are to kind of almost like suffer. Like there is no, like the one job, okay, then I'm going to get to another one. Yes, if you just follow like the random jobs you apply and they send you an offer. But if you strategically really understand what are your skills, what are your experiences, you can get to the job where you do exactly what you did before, but enjoy it. It depends on the environment and how you are. For example, I worked in many companies. I lost the count at some point, and I sometimes say 12, sometimes say 13. I worked in a lot of companies in Georgia. And I worked for Hilton hotels. when it opened. So I was in the like opening team. Until this day, I always say Hilton was one of the best things that ever happened in my life. And I worked there as a waitress for 2 months. Then I moved to HR. Then I moved to sales. And then I moved to like group kind of events and sales management. Anyways, more like corporate. But so it was not like I was not like the CEO of the company, but it was one of the best things that happened because of the environment. We had such a good environment. So environment really means something. Then I grew out of it and I understood that it's still corporate and I don't have so much like freedom to do things that I want to do for my soul. So I still wanted to leave and obviously left, but it means so much where you are doing whatever you were doing, because the way I enjoyed and absolutely loved working with the startups that I worked with for past few years now is like they're my friends. It was almost like kind of family, even though I don't like to call family to the work environment, but it was like we were a very close team and we had a very good relationship. There is more honesty and more transparency and more respect and more like actual friendships in the startups. So when you get into that environment, it's just so good for your for yourself, like your soul, like you do that work differently as well. You have more freedom, you have more flexibility, you can actually, like as you said, like travel and work. Now you're traveling. You were doing the same work that you were doing like a few months ago, but now you are also traveling, meeting new people. You have like freedom to, if you want to work in pajamas, work in pajamas.
Yeah.
But I always say that when people talk about like work from home, I don't like the terminology, because I would not work from home if I had a remote job. The whole point is that you are somewhere in the environment. So whole point is that I can go to work, I can go to somewhere else and then be in the different different energy. That's the whole good part of the remote setup. So but you have so much freedom and flexibility to life kind of, for me, as I said, like it changed everything, and I believe that it can change everything for anyone else if they have a strategy and know what to do and how to get there. And then, as I said, ideally maybe working in the startups can spark something in you to start your own something. If not, then that's fine as well. But you don't need to be somewhere in your country just to earn money.
Yeah, no,
or
for sure.
be in your country if you like your country as well, and if you just want to be there, that's fine as well. But maybe think about earning more money to work somewhere else where they might pay you a little more, or even the same money, but you have freedom to be more flexible with the location in your own country. So like in my mind there is no downsides for having a remote career.
Yeah, no, because
like,
you can
I don't
stay
know
where
what
you
it
are.
is. Yes.
You can stay where you are, or you can go, or you can work from 2 p.m. till 10 p.m, or you can work from 6 a.m. till 4 p.m, or like whatever.
Exactly.
I think having the flexibility.
Yeah, and also once you have experience in the remote environment, and especially in startups, then your next opportunity is also very different than like if you are in just experienced person somewhere in the office. That's also kind of different on the job market now. So become location independent, guys. Change your lives.
Change your life. And I think we'll just end it there, because that was a good little outro speech. So thank you so much, Tekla, for coming on.
Thanks for inviting me.
Hope everyone can kind of gain a little bit of knowledge from that. And I'll make sure I put all your socials and links to everything in the description below. And happy days.
Thank you. Me too.
No worries.